Football League show.
Hello there, we've got 93 goals in today's Football League show. In the Championship, any one of 12 teams could end the day top. In League One, Carrow Road witnessed another goal fest, while a League Two side who couldn't score after 3 games hit 5 away from home. Steve Claridge is with me to give us the professionals' viewpoint. And talking of views, Jackie joins us to hear your views on your team.
Yes, text or email me with your views on your Football League club. Are you buzzing about the way things are going for you at the moment? Or are you absolutely fuming? Tell me why. And Colchester United fans, who would you like to replace Paul Lambert?
Thanks, Jackie. Here's what's coming up tonight. With 1 point from 3 games, it's not the start Roy Keane had in mind, so would Ipswich give him the reaction he wanted at unbeaten West Brom? Keith Tracy's goal on Tuesday meant Sheffield United also remain unbeaten, but would Reading finally find some form and offer a tougher test?
2 weeks ago, Paul Lambert stood here in the away dugout as his Colchester team hammered Norwich 7-1. Today, he stood here as the new Norwich manager. I'm Mark Clement and I've been spending the day at Carrow Road to see how he got on.
Well, they're the bookies' favourites for promotion, and West Brom certainly were looking towards another good start this season, of course. West Brom unbeaten, but the same can't be said for Roy Keane's Ipswich. No win in 3, optimism at Portman Road beginning to evaporate for the teams. Well, Robert Corran was recalled to the Baggies starting lineup. He replaces the suspended Graham Dorrans in central midfield. Keane made 4 changes to the side that went down 3-1 at home to Crystal Palace in midweek. Alistair Mann describes the action.
Check. Ambitious effort. That was actually a shot on goal. It was nothing like. Brunt with the ball in. Real opening. Good save. Terrific save to deny Corran, who was on his knees as he headed it. Richard Wright clawing it away. Brunt will take the corner. Aimed toward Olsen, off the line. David Wright with a clearance. Ipswich escape, but only just a Malumbu. They only survive for a matter of seconds, and the man brought in as a defensive midfielder gets his first goal for West Bromwich Albion. Off the line by Wright, struck through a crowd of players by Malumbu. And West Bromwich Albion, who've threatened already, are a goal to the good. Nice play by Moore. Opening up here for Brunt. On his wrong foot, but struck it well enough and forces another good block from Richard Wright. There's a big gap for Chris Brunt and he went into it, thumped it goal bound. West Brom threatening again. Wright comes to meet the corner, does well with a fist. Mattock back in again, cleared though by Garvin. Stead looking towards Wickham, there's no offside. Connor Wickham stretching away. Good save by Scott Carson. The confidence to go at goal from a 16-year-old with goals already to his name, albeit in the Carling Cup this season. And it was a good low gather by Scott Carson, and more evidence that Ipswich are far from out of this one. Just bounces off Garvin and reaches Corran. A mistake by Garvin, and West Brom stretching Ipswich again. Luke Moore with a shot, great save. Corran, brilliant save by Wright. Absolutely magnificent double save. The flag was up actually. I don't know if it was the first or second chance. I'm not sure it would have counted anyway. But a brilliant double save by Richard Wright. The first to deny Luke Moore, well, surely there was no offside there. The flag actually goes up against Corran, not that Wright knew, and that was brilliant goalkeeping. Richard Wright, 31 years of age and still at his very best. Balkestein under pressure from Luke Moore. Here's Corran, and now Ward, and Corran, number 2. Ipswich Town looking for an offside that was never going to come, and their domination at last is matched in the scoreline. And a lovely combination. He's onside, there's no doubt about it. Good decision from the assistant, and he just eased it beyond Richard Wright and into the corner, benefiting from a 1-2 with Wood. And West Brom deservedly are 2 clear, and half-time is still 7 minutes away. And Roy Keane knows that it is a scoreline that pretty much fairly reflects West Brom's host of chances. Check forward. In towards Moore, gathered by Wright, who was caught by Balkestein. Big intake of breath from the goalkeeper. Just the outstretched leg, isn't it, of Balkestein, and it was a painful blow to the ankle. Wright's made of sterner stuff. Martis again. Up towards Moore. Wood with the shot! Good save by Wright. Well, it's procession, isn't it, at the moment? West Brom finding a way through Ipswich Town virtually every time they go forward. 2-0, going on for 6 at the moment. It's a good ball in, and a real opportunity. Quinn and Trotter blocked by Carson, and away just about by West Brom. Back in by Smith. Well, the danger goes eventually, but Scott Carson called into action. It was a really dangerous ball in. Really good block by Carson, not once but twice. Really dangerous ball in. Quinn with the first attempt, Trotter with the second, Carson in the way of both. Corran. Balkestein in quickly. Corran has stayed down. Walters with a shot. Carson with a save. Good effort. Smart save. West Brom were down to 10 just for a second. Corran on the floor, and Walters went for goal. Just beyond the 65-minute point, and still 2-0 to West Brom. But it could be 3, and would have been but for Richard Wright. It was almost too easy for West Brom there. A little 1-2. Jerome Thomas was through, and Richard Wright smothered it. Here's Cummings. He's done well. Was he caught by Smith? Penalty. A look by Steve Tanner to his assistant on the far side. Can Luke Moore make the game safe for West Bromwich Albion? And Wright saves again, and it's cleared. What an inspirational afternoon Richard Wright is having. Well, how many times has Richard Wright rescued Ipswich today? They may be trailing 2-0, but it could be 7, 8, even 9.
Roy, how disappointing was that?
Probably disappointing when you got 2 goals down again away from home against a good team like West Brom. You're going to make it a long afternoon, and it certainly was that. As much as we had 1 or 2 half chances to get back in the game, we made it very hard for ourselves.
So 4 games in, Ipswich are looking for their first win. Steve, it's hardly the start Ipswich or Roy Keane were expecting, is it?
No, I mean, the thing with Roy Keane is you get pluses and you get minuses. When you employ someone like that, undoubtedly there's a pressure that wouldn't normally be there. But Roy Keane's only ever going to take a job because of his name and what he's done in football that's going to give him the opportunity to be successful. So, as I say, on the one hand, he's going to take a job where he has a chance and a latitude to be successful. On the other hand, obviously with his appearance, obviously expectation rises.
You get the impression if the results don't improve, some players might be shown the door, knowing Roy Keane, of course.
Absolutely. I mean, I think he's bought 4 players this year. He's been quoted as saying he wants another 2 or 3. He wants to be in the Premiership within 2 years. He won't be waiting around, I can promise you that. If results, as you say, don't improve, then there'll be 1 or 2 that will be shown the door.
You could tell it was going to be one of those days for Ipswich, couldn't you, in that second half, when even taking a corner kick was proving problematic.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to say he rehearsed it, but I mean, that's if you're 2-0 up, it's funny. Obviously, Lee Martin doesn't see the funny side of it.
I'm sure Roy Keane wouldn't have been laughing at the end of that.
No, absolutely not.
As for West Brom, they've won their last 3 games. They're improving game by game, aren't they?
They are. Well, we started off at Newcastle, where you had to say that Newcastle were the better side, but they got a draw. They went to Forest, and Forest, by all accounts, battered them second half, and they were fortunate to come away with a victory. But Peterborough was solid, and today, particularly first half, was very good.
Right, here's what happened elsewhere in the Championship, starting with another of the relegated sides, Newcastle, away to Crystal Palace.
The Eagles of Palace were hoping 11 Magpies would be unlucky at Selhurst Park, but there was nothing fortunate about Newcastle's opener after only 99 seconds. Jonas Gutierrez with the perfect pass for Kevin Nolan to score his first goal for the club since joining them from Bolton back in January. Darren Ambrose spent over 2 years at Newcastle. He never really established himself on Tyneside, but he almost scored against his former team, Steve Harper making the save. Diego Maradona has assured Gutierrez that his position in the Argentina squad isn't under threat despite dropping out of the Premier League. And Gutierrez teed up Ryan Taylor for an exquisite finish to earn Newcastle's first away win since February.